Hello everybody and welcome to Jeff the Pharmacist. It is a great honor to have you here. I want to thank you guys for tuning in. If you like this video, please subscribe. It would be awesome to have you as a subscriber. So today I want to talk about how to use the CDC's website to see what kind of travel medications you might need. So I don't go over all of the different maladies. It's a bit of a big subject, actually, travel medications. I mean, just some basics. Definitely use the CDC website to see what their recommendations are. They're often extremely thorough. I mean, I'm a big traveler. I don't really use their website because I've usually been going to places like kind of like in Western Europe or the Bahamas that don't have as many issues. But if you do use their website, you will see that actually there are a lot of recommendations for things to bring with you, and I would definitely do it. So I just wanted to go over kind of how to use their website to see what medications that you need to bring with you. So the CDC has a great tool to help you. You can look at a location that you want to go to and see what medication should you bring with you. So there's a lot of things to think about when you're traveling. So am I going someplace where I'm going to be in an urban area, or am I going to a place that's going to be kind of out in the bush or out in the jungle? Those can create different challenges. Are you going to be staying in a hotel? Are you going to be staying, are you going to be camping? All of these things kind of prevent different challenges, and it's very location specific. Some areas have issues with different diseases. Some areas have sanitation issues. Are you going to be, something you might not even be thinking about is, are you single, looking to mingle? I mean, you might need to be thinking about sexually transmitted diseases, all these other very exciting things that you think about when you go travel somewhere. So CDC's website is a great place to start. So they have tools for travelers. So let's say my buddy Johnny went to Morocco, and I remember he brought some different drugs with him. So Morocco is it's in North Africa, south of like the southern tip of Spain. So let's see. I just want to show you their website, and I'll give you a link to this in the description. This is the www.ncdc.gov/travel, and you'll see. So you can put in for travelers, where are you going? I'm going to Morocco. Will you be traveling with children? Do you have a chronic disease? If you have chronic illness, this adds a whole another layer of complexity. Depending on what kind of health problems that you have. Are you going to be in a cruise ship? Extended stay, so you're more likely to get sick if you are staying somewhere for a longer period of time. Are you immune compromised? Are you a pregnant woman? Are you doing disaster relief? Or are you visiting friends or family? So let's say let's just say you have a chronic disease, and you're visiting friends or family, and you're traveling with children. You're going to Morocco. So what does the CDC say? So for all travelers, they recommend routine vaccinations that you're supposed to get anyway. So these are things that you want to be vaccinated against. They're talking about MMR, Tdap, the chickenpox vaccine, polio vaccine, and your yearly flu shot. Most travelers are recommended to get hepatitis A. You can get hepatitis A through eating contaminated food or drinking contaminated water, and it kind of looks like the flu if you do get it. So they do recommend getting hepatitis A. Typhoid vaccine is recommended. And this one you probably would need to get at a travel clinic. So if you went to a travel clinic, they could help you get all the vaccines that you needed, and probably your routine vaccines as well. And I think they can probably give them all to you at one time. Hep B, which is a series for some travelers, especially if you're going somewhere and you might be having some liaisons or having casual sex while you're there. And rabies can be an issue. Rabies can be an issue if you're going into the jungle. So I guess there's a jungle in Morocco. And something I really like about this tool is they have a healthy travel packing list. So the CDC has recommendations on eating and drinking safely, preventing bug bites, staying safe outdoors, keeping away from animals, reducing your exposure to germs, avoid sharing body fluids, how to get medical care, safe transportation, and personal security. But I really like their packing list. So this is super helpful. This is basically kind of what you need to think about bringing with you. So besides, and if you went to a travel clinic, they will be able to get you kind of the vaccines that you needed, and also any prescription drugs you might need to bring with you. So the CDC recommends that you bring your medications, any prescriptions to cover that period, a traveler's diarrhea antibiotic, so that could be ciprofloxacin, it could be azithromycin. There are other ones here. Let's see. Rifaximin is one. A suture and a syringe kit. And they said this is used by local healthcare providers and requires a letter from your doctor. So I don't know how to get that, but they do recommend that. And altitude sickness medication if you're going up high in the mountains. They will recommend glasses, contact lenses, needles or syringes, diabetes testing supplies, insulin, inhalers, an EpiPen if you can get one now because there are a shortage, and a medical alert bracelet or necklace. Some over-the-counter medicines are an antacid. So a good antacid would just be something like Tums, or you could even bring something stronger like omeprazole or Prilosec. Diarrhea medication. So Loperimide is really good. So if you're, let's say you're in Mexico and you've got you have to go to the bathroom like 8 or 9 times a day, Loperimide can help, so you can just try to enjoy your trip. And Loperimide is 2 tablets or 4 milligrams initially and 2 milligrams after each loose stool, not to exceed 8 milligrams a day. And that is usually enough to kind of stop any diarrhea. Now, if you have a really bad fever, it is not recommended to take Loperimide because sometimes you need diarrhea to help clear some of the pathogen that is basically causing the diarrhea. Motion sickness medicine. So motion sickness basically occurs when your kind of location sensors in your inner ear don't match up to what you're seeing, and people develop motion sickness often on airplanes or on boats and things. And some good drugs for that are they have Dramamine. Dramamine can either be meclizine or you can also use diphenhydramine, which is Benadryl. Benadryl is a good drug to bring with you because Benadryl also has other properties. It makes you sleepy, so it can be a sleep aid. Most motion sickness drugs do make you sleepy. Diphenhydramine is a little worse. Meclizine makes you a little less sleepy. So meclizine is actually a preferred drug for motion sickness, and that's a 25 milligram dose, and you take that 30 to 60 minutes before the event or before your travel. They recommend cough drops, a cough suppressant, decongestant. The best decongestant is pseudoephedrine or Sudafed, and that's available in most states behind the pharmacy counter. And just let the pharmacist know what kind of health problems you might have, because there are some contraindications to Sudafed. a pain medicine. So like ibuprofen is really good. I usually bring ibuprofen because that can also help reduce fever. A mild laxative. So, you know, they say mild laxative, but why not just bring the stronger stuff, and that's like your Senecot. Senecot has both the mush and the push. A mild sedative or sleep aid. So melatonin can help with getting to sleep if you're jet lagged, or even Benadryl helps people, but that has a lot of side effects as well. And they also say a saline nose spray for, like, I guess, nose dryness. They recommend bringing hand sanitizer, water purification tablets, insect repellent. The best kind of insect repellent is insect repellent with DEET. And also you can get permethrin clothing. So permethrin clothing is good if you're going to be out there stomping around and in the bush and with all kind of bugs and ticks and everything else. The permethrin clothing will help with that, along with the bug spray. And if you have to use sunscreen and bug spray, apply the sunscreen first and then the bug spray. And if you are bringing sunscreen, try to bring it with you, and don't try not to buy it at the place that you're going, because if you do, it'll be really expensive. Sunglasses and a hat, personal safety equipment like a bike helmet, earplugs and condoms for liaisons. And they recommend a first aid kit, and I'll just leave this here for you guys to see. And some documents, health insurance documents, copies of prescriptions, and a contact card with family member or close contact, healthcare providers at home, lodging at your destination, hospitals or clinics, and the U.S. Embassy or consulate. So CDC is super thorough. So just look at this list. This is really a great list of things to bring with you. If you are going somewhere where there's like malaria, or you're going out into the woods or whatever, it would be great to contact a travel clinic to see exactly what they would recommend. But the CDC has a great resource. So I hope you guys found this interesting. If you did, please give me a thumbs up and please subscribe. I want to thank you guys for watching. Thanks a lot.